Good afternoon, everybody. Happy Sunday. Hope you had an outstanding Sunday. Back in Iowa here, it's a little bit cooler than where I was down in Central Florida. Had some snow on the ground, so I think there might still be a little bit left around somewhere. Maybe not. Yeah, see some by the trees back there. But it's a little bit cooler here. Hope you had an outstanding Sunday. I got a few projects done today, so I'm feeling really good. And I wanted to get on and share. I've had some positive feedback on my lives, so I just wanted to share a few things about knowing your outcome. So I'll just offer to you, I know many of you set goals, and I want to reinforce the importance of knowing your outcome. So this is important in both planning context, where you want to know your outcome for today, this week, set your goals, and this month, this quarter, this year. And so it's super important that we put it in the context of an outcome. And there's a planning method by my mentor, Tony Robbins, who talks about, results focused, purpose-driven, massive action plan, RPM, and the results are the outcome that you want, right? So rather than focus on what do I need to do and have a long list of to-dos, maybe you don't need to do all those to-dos if you're focused on your outcome, and then you can get leverage, or you can find an easier way to do it if you're very outcome focused. And there's so many things to say about this, but one of the things I'll offer to you. Hey Andy, how you doing? Talking about knowing your outcome. So one of the things about knowing your outcome is there's a study done on Harvard graduates from, I think it was the 50s, and they found that the single differentiator among the most successful Harvard graduates after 20 or 30 years was the fact that they wrote their goals down. Hey, how's it going, Jeff? Semper Fi. So the single biggest differentiator for Harvard graduates was, in terms of success, was that they literally wrote their goals down. So it's not enough that we think about them, whatever, but we write our goals. What do I want to get done this week, this year, this quarter, 10 years, where do I want to be? And it's important just to continually focus on that. And I'll offer up to you that it happens also when we go into meetings or any kind of relationship or any kind of event where we want to know, what am I trying to get out of this? If it's a negotiation or whatever. And then to continually reassess as you're in the event, like, what can I get out of this? Maybe I'm just going in to have fun. Maybe I'm going in to build on the relationship. Maybe I'm going in to gather information so that I can further the negotiation. So there's a lot of different reasons, but knowing and thinking about what do I want out of this meeting? It helps you to kind of focus what you want. And I'll just offer to you that a lot of times we get caught in the story about what we don't want, or, how I don't like this situation. If you don't like a situation, you don't like what's going on, what do you want? What do you want out of it? And I'd offer to you that it's better to focus on and continually refocus on what do I want? What do I want? Rather than, I really hate being overweight, or I really hate the way this person treats me, or I hate being, in this job or whatever. Well, what do I want then? If I don't like this, what do I want? And then clearly write that down and set those goals and then move towards it, So so the importance of knowing your outcome and continually focusing on that, and then we don't get lost in what we don't want. And then we can, once we know our outcome, then we can understand why we want it. And that's really a good guide for whether it's really the outcome that we want, right? So what am I going to get out of this? If I get this, what benefit is that going to give me? Why do I want this? Am I going to make more money? Is it going to make me feel healthier? Will I, feel more connected to someone? So it's also important to know why we want it. And only then can we get down to the idea of setting up a massive action plan of how am I going to get there. So, and then we can continually reassess, so that once we know what we want and how we think we know how to get there, then we can continually reassess. Am I moving closer to my goal or further away? And so, that's where feedback comes in, and we want those good feedback loops, whether it's in our personal life or in business. It's important to set up those feedback loops and make sure we keep a good finger on the pulse as to, am I getting closer to my goal? Am I getting further away? Is this working? Is this not working? And if it's not working, then change your approach. So wanted to share that with you today. It's a beautiful day here in Iowa. Just kind of see, it's not quite spring yet. It was trying to get nicer out here, but It's we got some snow, we got some overcast today, a little bit of cloudy skies, but it's actually kind of nice out here. A little bit cool, but anyway, hope you had an outstanding Sunday. Hope you plan your week now and you take it away and write down what you want and focus on what you want this week and write it all down, and then have that great success and achieve those outcomes that I know you want. Have an outstanding day and have an outstanding week.